Good morning, Grenada, Carriacou, PT, Martinique. Bless up all your wholesales. It's another thankful Thursday in the land of the living. It is October 15th, 2020. Thank you to those of you joining us on the GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page, the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel, the website www.gbn.gd. Those of you watching on GBN TV channel 7, 11, and 20. And good morning to the listeners of Classic 105.5, 105.9, Hot 98.5, 98.7. Good morning. Good morning to the folks joining us across the Caribbean, whichever part of the region you are. Those of you tuned in from the rest of the world, a special good morning to you as well. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. Hope you will have a good day, are having a good day, have had a good day. It is 20 minutes onto the hour of 7 o'clock, and let's get right into this morning's Word of the Day. This morning's word of the day is roister. Roister. R-O-I-S-T-E-R. Roister. It's a verb which means to act in a swaggering, boisterous, or uproarious manner. Roister. The verb roister started life as a noun meaning noisy bully, from Middle French rester, which means ruffian, bore, or loot, from the adjective, which means rude or rough, and from the Latin adjective, which means rural and rustic. Roister entered English in the 16th century. This morning's word of the day is roister, R-O-I-S-T-E-R, a verb which means to act in a swaggering, boisterous, or uproarious manner. Examples of the use of the word: their tails had become sticky with pine sap, then got knotted together as the squirrels roistered around. And another example of the use of the word: they were the ships and they tied up so that their sailors could roister ashore. This morning's word of the day, roister, R-O-I-S-T-E-R, a verb which means to act in a swaggering, boisterous, or uproarious manner. I behave roisterous sometimes. This morning's thought of the day for Thankful Thursday: the thankful heart opens our eyes to a multitude of blessings that continually surround us. The thankful heart opens our eyes to a multitude of blessings that continually surround us. Yeah, too often we concentrate on the things that make us sad. Just give thanks for what is continually around you. Give thanks for it. You are blessed. As little as you have, as much as you have, the blessings continue to flow. So you just have to have a thankful and a grateful heart, and that helps you to open your eyes to the things that you need to be thankful for and appreciate that are always there. They include people, sometimes material things, and just so many things that we need to be grateful for. The thankful heart opens our eyes to a multitude of blessings that continually surround us. A few things celebrated today. Let's see. Today it is Global Hand Washing Day. Global Hand Washing Day. Until COVID-19 happened, hand washing and its importance in helping prevent the spread of diseases is something that most of us probably never gave much thought to. But the global pandemic has really shone a light on the importance of hand washing, meaning this day now carries extra relevance, even though it has been around since 2008. Global Hand Washing Day. I don't need to tell you all wash your hands, because in these COVIDious times that's supposed to be a regular occurrence by now. So maybe an extra 10 seconds in washing your hands. Today it is also International Shakeout Day. International Shakeout Day is observed with a mission to educate the public about the importance of taking immediate action in case of an earthquake. We don't get them often in Grenada, or we don't feel them often in Grenada, but it never hurts to be prepared just in case. What is it again? Duck, cover, and hold? I think that's it. But International Shakeout Day, just to ensure that you know what to do in the event of an earthquake. There's no preparation for that like we can prepare for a hurricane. Today it is also Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. The loss of an infant is devastating. Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day honors those lives lost to miscarriage, sudden infant death syndrome, stillbirth, the death of a newborn, and more. On October 15th, take the opportunity to reflect, honor, and come together over pregnancy and infant loss. If you have a loved one who has experienced this loss, take the time to give them the love and support needed to process and recover. Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day. Some of us may know one or two people who have gone through it. Just give them a hail up. You may not want to remind them, may not come out and say, well, it's Pregnancy and Infant Loss Remembrance Day, but just give them a hail up, make them smile a little bit. Just hail up somebody. Loss, the death's sting is everlasting. And finally, before we go to the break today, it is Maths Day. Maths Day, celebrated on October 15th. Since its founding in 2007, the popularity of World Maths Day has multiplied fast. The day encourages students globally to take a break from standard day-to-day math lessons, and instead they can participate in competitive math-themed games, giving them the opportunity to win prizes and scholarships. I used to love me some maths. I like maths. I like numbers. I don't know. Maybe it's a salary that I always want to count and make sure it's right. It's time to get ready for the morning edition of news. Let's get ready for the morning edition of news on radio and on our visual platforms. We're going to bring you highlights of last evening's newscast. Good morning, Grenada, on this thankful Thursday. We'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us. The New Life organization was sent into crisis mode today. It was forced to respond to reports that the institution was closed because of suspected cases of COVID-19. Beverly Telesford reports.
Wednesday, the New Life organization issued a press release which stated, and I quote, "The New Life organization NULO Board of Directors, Management and Staff would like to inform the trainees, parents and the general public that the voice note circulating on social media concerning COVID-19 at NULO was a case of misinformation and misinterpretation. We sincerely apologize for the state of panic and fear that has been created by this message," unquote. This followed a voice message that has been making the rounds on social media about the alleged closure of NULO's facility, saying students are to remain home until further notice due to a case of presumed contact by students with COVID-19 patient number 25 at a party. While on GBN's To The Point program this morning, Health Minister Nicholas Steele, when asked about the issue, said the Chief Medical Officer did not give that directive.
See, I can tell you most definitely that was not official instructions from the ministry. I've spoken to the Chief Medical Officer as recently as 15 minutes ago just to confirm. And he would be the one that would issue such a request. And he has not given such a request and is not aware of the need for such a request.
The release went on to say that NULO is taking necessary precautions to keep staff and trainees safe, and that was the reason behind its closure, to allow management to clarify and deal with the misinformation. Classes will resume at the institution on Thursday, 15th October, under the usual COVID-19 protocols established, with emphasis placed on wearing face coverings. For GBN News, Beverly Telesford.
Well, the NULO TISI was sparked by concern that some of its students might have come in contact with patient 25 because they attended a party at which he was present. That individual is now in custodial care where he's being put through a battery of tests. We can tell you the first round of tests through contact tracing in relation to him having tested positive begins on Thursday. The rest of the details from Blossom Alexis-Welsh.
Since Tuesday, the number of people currently in quarantine or isolation through contact tracing from Grenada's 25th confirmed case of COVID-19 has increased to somewhere between 50 and 75. Intense contact tracing is underway by health authorities after a 32-year-old man of Tivoli St. Andrew arrived in Grenada via an Air Canada flight last Monday. A PCR test showed that he was positive for COVID-19, but before the results were given to him, he breached regulations by leaving the quarantine facility without authorization from the relevant authorities late last week. So far, scores of people, including children, have been told to stay at home.
Any interaction that they would have had with him, directly or indirectly, would have been between Friday night and Saturday. And as such, as the science dictates, we wait at least 4 days before we test them, have them isolated or in quarantine for 4 days, and then test. So they will be tested between Thursday and Friday. 75 people have to be tested in the next couple of days. The cost of that test is $410 per test. 75 people are confined to home, can't go to work, can't go to school, can't go out, are experiencing lockdown, and we all know as a nation what lockdown is like. And none of us want to do that, but 75 Grenadians are forced to do that now because of one reckless idiot.
Criminal charges in relation to the most recent case are expected to be laid on at least 3 people.
There are 3 individuals today, I'm informed, that will be charged officially for breaching of quarantine, and more on the way. The charge is $10,000, and these individuals will receive that information or that news today, and they will go through the proceedings of court, etc., for their breach of quarantine, and we will continue to enforce that.
The minister says they have heard that the COVID-positive man attended a party in St. Andrew over the weekend. However, they have no official reports to follow up.
Right now, all we have is on social media people talking about a party, and nobody coming forward to say, this is how I can help you, to tell you about the party.
So in other words, if anybody has information, they should come forward.
They should come forward and say who was the organizer, so we could speak to the organizer to find out how many people were there, to know who, if this guy was there, what time he was there, and so.
So far, Minister Steele says case number 25 remains asymptomatic, and none of the 50-plus people in quarantine are showing any signs of COVID-19. Blossom Alexis-Welsh, GBN News.
The National Democratic Congress is seizing the moment of challenge. It is castigating the ruling administration for its inadequate response to the COVID-19 conundrum, which has been brought about by the recent developments. My colleague Christina John has been speaking with the party's spokesperson for health, Kennedy Roberts.
The National Democratic Congress is not satisfied with the way government, in particular the Ministry of Health, is handling matters of health. The views of the party was expressed by its public relations officer and spokesperson on health and security, Kennedy Roberts.
We realize, based on this current case of the person who violated the quarantine protocols, they have created a very uncomfortable feeling in the country, and we realize how easy it is to have a community spread. So we hope that the contact tracing is going to be thorough to give us that assurance that the community spread is minimal or non-existent, ideally. So we want to stress the importance of the protocols at the airport being more thoroughly addressed. So we are concerned then of the importance of the training, of the education, and of course conducting the protocols in a more professional manner.
Roberts is also concerned with the ever-increasing cases of leptospirosis and dengue in the country. He believes education of the populace is vital on these health matters.
We need to keep our environment clean. We have to encourage our population to practice those healthy habits. Not only are we talking about hand sanitizing and social distancing, We should use the opportunity for greater education of the public on all the health issues, especially the prevention. And that is why we're saying that the importance of primary health care needs to be given some priority.
He questioned the status of the immunization program as he cites glitches in primary health care in the country.
What is happening with the care of those kids? Are they immunized fully? What is happening with the diabetic and hypertensive patients in our communities? A lot of people are struggling and are probably not saying anything, but the health status of our population is deteriorating. So again, we want to express concern with the need to focus on primary health care, focus on the community health services, get back on the ground in the community and understand the concerns of the population.
The PRO impresses that some people are deprived health care because of financial constraints, noting that health care for the less fortunate should be given precedence. Christina John, GBN News.
The International Labour Organization has warned that the continued sharp decline in working hours globally due to the means that 1.6 billion workers in the informal economy stand in immediate danger of having their livelihoods destroyed. An informal economy is the part of any of that. An informal economy is part of any that is neither taxed nor monitored by any form of government. Rena Pear has been speaking with people in rural communities about how their lives have been impacted.
My COVID experience in my life is the worst experience I had in my life since I know there in the face of the earth. We can never go through nothing like that. I go through Ivan, I go through America, and that is too.
I had big message and thing, and I had in my house. So when the COVID come out, you just have to take your time and use it, you know, you don't waste, you take time and you go through it, and because you never know when it go end, and so we just have to go by things. So then we come up here and make cook, everybody put on make cook and thing. It was bad,
Participants in the informal economy are listed as those who do not have employment security, work security, and social security. In Grenada, many people fall into the informal economic grouping, and their livelihoods are also at stake as a result of COVID-19. Madisa Benford of Telescopes and Andrews is among persons reeling from the impact of the pandemic. Prior to COVID, she was self-employed selling candies and other goodies in the town of Grenville. However, her income stream was disrupted during the lockdown period.
Right, I used to do my little hustling on the bay. Right, since after this COVID now, I'm home with my children and not working anyway. But the state of the house, them children don't really have a mattress or bed or nothing. And no current, no water. In the back, when rain falling, flooding, and you don't have plenty windows to say windows.
The latest ILO data on the labor market impact of the COVID-19 pandemic reveals the devastating effects on workers in the informal economy and on hundreds of millions of enterprises worldwide. The ILO has urged governments to provide stimulus packages and other forms of assistance for vulnerable citizens. Ms. Benford is among those who benefit the SEED program, which pays between $75 to $100 to vulnerable families every month. While she welcomes the SEED payments, she is hoping that the economic situation in the country improves so that she could continue caring for her family.
If I get assistance to send them children to school, they also until a little water, a little light.
The ILO says integrating the informal economy into the formal sector is an important policy challenge. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Still ahead from us, birthday balloons are up today for a physically challenged man who recently captured the hearts of Grenadians at home and abroad. We'll tell you all about it. Back in a moment. This is Network News. So the question is Grandad's speech on the list or is it not? You see, there are conflicting statements on whether it's listed as the go-to beach for cruise ship visitors. Rena Pear has been listening to utterances on this subject.
Last Tuesday, Tourism Minister Clarice Modeste-Curwen announced that Grandance was among a list of beaches that passengers of 2 luxury cruise ships were seeking to have access to when they call at Port St. George. Seabourn Cruises and the Sea Dream Yacht Club are among the 2 luxury cruise lines in discussion with the Ministry of Tourism. Mrs. Curwen told reporters that Grandance Beach has been in high demand.
We have a list of beaches that we're trying to avoid Grandance, especially because it's the most frequented beaches by locals. As far as possible, they have asked for Grandance, and it's no rocket science to know why. It is still on the list, but we believe it will be more difficult to separate that. So we're looking for other beaches that are less populated.
8 days later, the tourism minister seems bewildered that she was being associated with comments that Grandance was under consideration.
In response to that, I did say previously that there is a task force looking at it. I am not aware that Grandance Beach was on it. So I think it is best to let them deliberate on it.
Many have reacted negatively to the suggestion that locals should be asked to stay away from the selected beaches on the days that the cruise ships are in port. For GBN News, I am Rina Pear reporting.
Meanwhile, local hotels are being told it's one or the other. It's either they are in the staycation promotion or they want to serve as quarantine facilities. This comes as the Ministries of Health and Tourism make changes to the benchmarks being applied to the various quarantine facilities. Health Minister Nicholas Steele stated that some hotels have been delisted as quarantine sites because they do not meet the requirements.
Additional use of geolocators, so not just for persons who are in home quarantine, but persons who are in smaller facilities as well, and also requiring the facilities to have more personnel there for security. Those are some of the measures, as well as the ministry took on additional personnel, contact tracers, from Thursday in collaboration with the Ministry of Tourism, who will be more eyes and ears for us to monitor these sites. We probably will have to consider taking on more individuals to do the monitoring to make sure that there's compliance across the board.
Well, there have been concerns that a few of the hotels which were listed under the Grenada Tourism Authority's staycation promotion were also listed as quarantine facilities. These hotels will now have to make a choice.
And Minister Modeste as well. These sites have been instructed to choose. They cannot be both. Now, there are 1 or 2 hotels based on how their buildings are laid out, etc., and their level of security that possibly can do both. One wing on a different side of the property being for quarantine and another wing for homestay, and different restaurants or so. But in general, Rena, the most of our smaller facilities will not be allowed to do both. They will have to choose whether they want to be a quarantine site or a homestay site.
1 month ago, he felt like committing suicide. Today, he's a birthday boy, and he held a more positive disposition. GBN's Christina John tacked back to Carvel Francois as he celebrated his birthday today.
There's a portion of scripture that says, "In all things, give thanks." It is a very special day for Carvel Francois. Why? Because it's his birthday. And he is doing so in fine style, as one of his wishes has been granted. For years, he has not had a wheelchair, far less to comfortably sit and stretch his legs. Today, on his birthday, with the generosity of a number of Good Samaritan, he is able to do so. With a radiant smile on his face and feeling somewhat accomplished, he spoke with the GBN team.
Today I'm 32, and to be honest with you, it feels a little bit overwhelming because I never expected to reach so far. Like the doctor said, I was going to be dead when I reach a certain age. So to be 32 today, it feels like I achieved so much in life. You know, I want to thank God first of all, because without God, there's no possible way I would have been here today. So, my mother, second, without that queen, I probably would have been dead or in some home somewhere or something like that.
Carvel is full of life and expressed such.
People have been saying to me there are good people out there still in the world, but it's when the interview happened the first time, it's then I really get to realize how it is. So every single body that support me when the first interview came out, I get so many calls from people. I never was expecting so many calls. Local calls, foreign calls, is just too much for me to mention. GBN crew, the Ride Along crew, Junior Judge, big up everybody, man. Thanks a lot.
Carvel's mom, Sharon Francois, has indeed made this day a special one for her son, making him his favorite cake. She too joins her son in expressing gratitude. She says with the assistance received thus far, her son's life has become a bit more comfortable.
Birthday, we all join in hearts and hands to wish him happy birthday in a special way, my handsome son. And we want to thank everybody for the full support, the calls and everything. It was plenty. Sometimes I can't even catch up with calls, as Carvel been saying. And we still people still reaching out to us. So we want to thank them so much. It is so much. We want to thank everybody. England, Canada, New York, name it. All over. I got a chair, one of the chair ready, but it kind of, you know, he making it with it. Yes, to go in the bathroom. There's one for the bathroom, and we working with it.
She's hoping that with some physical therapy, he will be able to reach his life goals.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carvel. Happy birthday to you. How old are you now?
All enough to make this young lady nervous, that's for sure.
Christelina John, GBN News.
For you have a sense of humor. Happy birthday, Carvel. Happy 32nd indeed. We're back. A Grenadian soldier in the British Army has come in for high praise and commendation. He has received a GOC 3rd UK Division commendation for his selfless actions during a road accident. Lance Corporal Sheldon Samuel was off duty when he noticed a vehicular accident with someone in a critical condition. There he is. Lance Corporal Samuel responded and took preventive action to preserve the person's life until he was airlifted to hospital. The patient survived, and his recovery was attributed in great measure to Samuel's professional response at the scene of the accident. We can tell you that he is originally from Wester Hall in St. David and a past student of the Grenada Boys Secondary School. He joined the British Army 4 years ago. Standing ovation to you, sir. All right, this other one to report. Local credit unions have partnered with the Ministry of Education in ensuring children operate in a safe environment. This coincides with the global observance of Credit Union Month, celebrated during October.
The handing over of $15,000 worth of hand sanitizing solution and dispensers to the Ministry of Education took place on Wednesday. The supplies are to be distributed to schools in all 7 districts, inclusive of Carriacou and Petite Martinique. President of the Grenada Credit Union League, Philip Telesford, says this is one way of ensuring children operate in a safe environment.
We understand the value and the importance of education, and so the credit union movement supports education, supports our teachers and parents And so we want to ensure that the learning environment is a safe one for our young minds. As we confront this invisible enemy, we must always remember that our health is extremely important, and our young boys and girls are the future of our beautiful island.
Mrs. Astra Frank Mackenzie accepted on behalf of the Ministry of Education.
In fact, hygiene and sanitation in school remains of critical importance for the health and well-being of our school communities. As we transition back to full-scale operations of schools, schools will need more support to procure sanitation supplies. And we are forever grateful to our partners who have stepped into the gap to help us support schools in these ways.
October is set aside each year as Credit Union Month. This year's theme is Inspiring Hope for a Global Community. Priscilla John, GBN News.
GBN Television News at 7, a pulse on all things Grenadian. Look out for our new features through expanded synergies with our media partners in Barbados, St. Lucia, Jamaica, Trinidad, and beyond. Capturing the latest in news, sports, weather, and entertainment. Credible, informative. Thank you for making us #1. News at 7, live. Monday to Friday on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, K105.5 and 105.9, Hot 98.5 and 98.7, GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel, and www.gbn.gd. GBN, with you anywhere and everywhere.
Dutch Lady, we give you delicious and nutritious milk. We make sure our milk is filled with essential nutrients, calcium, vitamins, and protein. Dutch Lady gives everyone in the family a strong start to the day. Keep your family healthy and happy. Dutch Lady, building strong families since 1871.
Distributed by Hubbard's Agencies, Kirani James Boulevard, St. George's.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
Bruv. Hello? I can't see you. What's good? But I can't even hear you. Yo. Hello? Hello? Ah. Okay, I see you. I'm good. I'm coming in. Ah. There you are.
Live the experience right now. Enjoy high-quality video calling today. Stream, upload, and share with Digicell's super fast LTE network. Visit our stores today and live the experience today. Digicell.
You've spoken. We have heard. Now we're making more time available for your evening primetime shows on K105. From Monday, July 6th, Your Law will air from 6 to 7 p.m. On Tuesdays, Simply Agriculture. And on Wednesdays, join discussions on constitution reform in partnership with Island Media. At 5:55 p.m., we bring you news headlines, a capsule on local, regional, and international events, followed by News at 7 via simulcast with GBN Television. Join Godfrey Augustine for stimulating discussions on Release It from 8 p.m. on Wednesdays and Thursdays. GBN's K105.5 and 105.9. We're with you everywhere and anywhere. If you're on the move, catch us online at www.gbn.gd.
Whenever we're faced with difficulties, we find comfort in those we know and trust. This is especially true when a loved one has died.
Welcome to Otway Bailey Funeral Home.
For over 100 years, Otway Bailey Funeral Home has helped families celebrate the lives of their loved ones with compassion and dignity. Our Our affordability, attention to detail, warm and caring staff has contributed us being the funeral home of choice for official and state funerals. We treat you as we would treat our own family. All of our services are designed to help you get through one of the most personal and challenging stages of life, whether it's planning a funeral, joining our burial society, or pre-arrangements. You can be assured of the Otway Bailey commitment to consistently provide the most caring and professional service possible with the best options and price. So call us 440-2558 or visit our website otwaybaileyfuneralhome.org.
At Otway Bailey, we offer the perfect tribute any family can afford.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Let's Cook Grenada, a practical culinary guide to local cuisine. Learn new ways to prepare your favorite foods or try different menus from various locations across the island. Let's Cook, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. on GBN Television, Channel 7 and 11, GBN's Facebook page, and GBN's YouTube channel. If you miss it, catch the repeat Thursdays at 10 a.m. and Sundays at 3:30 p.m.
Beginning of our lives, sweet Grenada.
National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA, reminds the general public to always be prepared. Make sure you have emergency supplies stocked away just in case. Here is a list to help you and your family. At least 1 gallon of water daily per person for 7 to 10 days. Enough food for at least 3 to 7 days. Non-perishable packaged or canned food and juices. Special items and food for babies and the elderly. Non-electric can opener. Cooking tools and fuel. Paper plates, plastic utensils, paper cups, trash bags and duct tape, useful for cleanup or patching leaks in an emergency, blankets, pillows, first aid kit, medicines, prescription drugs, toiletries, hygiene items, moisture wipes, tarpaulin to cover holes if needed, bleach, water purification tablets, flashlight with extra batteries, battery-operated radio, cash, small bills. Banks and ATMs may not be open or available for extended periods, keys to house and cars, toys, books and games, important document in a waterproof container or watertight resealable plastic bag, up-to-date insurance, medical records, bank account numbers. Keep important phone numbers here. You may know them, but a loved one may not. A pocket knife, nails, a hammer and a rope are important elements. Towels and buckets are useful too if you develop a leak. Vehicle fuel, keep tanks filled.
A message from the National Disaster Management Agency, NADMA.
Rubis is giving you more ways to win because you deserve it. Spend $50 or more in Ultratech fuel or purchase a Rubigas refill at any Rubis service station and get an entry card. Win one of 5 amazing grand prizes worth $2,500, including Ultratech fuel, cash, groceries, bill payment vouchers, and home furnishings. Each grand prize winner gets to donate $500 to charity too. Plus, win exciting weekly prizes, including electronics. Make sure you're in with a chance to win. Win with Rubis. You deserve it.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada, 20.5 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock. Good morning to the folks on their way to work. Those of you about to leave home, hopefully you get there on time. You have just under 40 minutes to get there on time. So hustle, hustle, hustle. It is Talk the Things Thursday. No, Talk the Things Thursday. That's what we're going to do here this morning. And this morning's topic, it's very simple. Case number 25. Talk the things. What are your thoughts on the latest or the most recently confirmed case of COVID-19 here in Grenada? Call me on the landline and share your thoughts. We haven't spoken about it for the week yet. 435-2041. That's the landline. It's also the WhatsApp number, 435-2041. Please, only written messages on WhatsApp. No voice or video calls. No pictures, no videos, no YouTube links. No no voice notes, only written messages on the WhatsApp, please and thank you. You can also talk the things on the Grenada Broadcasting Network's YouTube channel and GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network's Facebook page. Which reminds me, those of you who haven't liked and shared the new Facebook page as yet, now is your chance to do so. Log on to the social media platform and look for GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network. Like and share the page. It's a new page that we have started, and it's time that you keep up to date and be able to view the programs here at the GBN and tune in with your favorite personalities and programs on GBN. GBN Grenada Broadcasting Network. That's the Facebook page. Let's get into it. Talk the Things Thursday, case number 25. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Hallie. Hola. All right, testing out my bilingual skills. All right, Talk the Things, case number 25, 435-2041. That's the landline number. Let's try this again. Good morning, caller. Hello. Buenos dias. Bonjour. All right, hold on. Let me make sure everything is copacetic by here, sir. Everything is copacetic. Let's go. Case number 25. Hit me up on landline. Hit me up on the WhatsApp. You can also message us on YouTube as well as the Facebook page. Let's see. Somebody on... The morning too early. Lord. Hold on. Let me edit it. Somebody on WhatsApp says... You know what? Hold on, this still. Hold on. Oh, I wasn't prepared for it, okay? Let me take a breath. There we go. Somebody on YouTube is asking, when is the government going to release case number 25's name? Let's see how I can put it here. Yesterday, Minister of Health, Nicholas Steele, said they would not name him directly as case number 25. However, when he is charged, and he was expected to be charged yesterday, and he has to go to court, then his name would be made public. So he won't be made publicly known as this is case number 25, but he would be known because he has been charged for absconding or running away from quarantine. So when he goes to court, then we'll know who he is. You understand what I'm saying? All right. Good morning, caller.
Good morning.
Morning.
Blossom.
Hi.
You and the majority of us are always saying, if we want to get information passed out quickly, we have to put it to the students, the children. And I am wondering now, aren't we putting out good information to the students in connection with the virus? You see why I say that? It is the majority of people on the road are children and they do not wear masks. Aren't we teaching them about, in the schools, how to protect themselves? Well then, are they learning? To me, they are not learning and they are not putting maybe the right thing into practice. So something is wrong with maybe with the school system. Because if you're educating the children and you're teaching them the right thing, they should, and they're learning, sorry. You might be teaching them, but they're not learning. The right thing, they should be propagating the gospel, trying to do or showing people the right thing. So to me, in the next few years, we have a real disobedient society. Because if they're disobeying when they're young, and their parents are in charge of them, or seem to be in charge of them, then we would have a major problem. Now, the other one that bothers me, how you could be placed under somewhat security. You have security guarding a place where you house people who shouldn't be out. Yet for all, they are out. People coming in, people jumping out, people getting away from quarantine. So something is wrong with all forms of security in Grenada.
Okay. Thank you. In relation to the students, I won't put it all on the school system because I know of instances where, let's say I attend Blossom Secondary and the teachers will tell me you have to wear your mask at all times. But then at home, mommy and daddy are telling me, when you feel like taking out the mask, take it out. When you walk in the road, take it out because you can't breathe. So it's not always a school that is, or they're not learning from, as you put it. Mommy and daddy could be sending mixed signals as well. And some children just disobliging. They like to do what they want. Mommy and daddy, as well as teachers and principals, telling me to do the right thing, but I figure when I reach on the road, I can't breathe, I'm taking it out for myself. So I won't put the responsibility all on the school system. Let's go talk the things then. It is Thursday, and let me go back to YouTube. Somebody on YouTube says to the last caller, who played Jab Jab when they was told not to play? Okay. WhatsApp. Hold on, let me see. The phone is ringing. Hold on, let me go by the phones and then I'll come in by WhatsApp. Morning, caller.
Good morning, my darling.
Morning, how you do?
I'm fine, and how are you?
I'm good.
Blossom, I have a little difficulty. I know the importance of wearing masks, right? But we must also recognize that you cannot just keep this thing on your face and breathe out carbon dioxide and inhale it again. That is self-poisoning. So when when I am walking the road and there's nobody else, I take it off. I pull it down. When I reach out where people are, I pull it back up because I know what it means. But you cannot just jump and, include everybody as, they're not wearing a mask. I see people walking by themselves alone and they cover their nose, they cover their mouth, and they're inhaling and exhaling the same carbon dioxide, which is self-poisoning. And people need to know that. So when somebody is walking in an area where there's nobody, they should keep this thing off their nostrils or on their mouth. And when they get into an area where there's people, then you put it on because it's for your own protection. But you cannot hold people captive to wearing this thing as long as how many hours it is dangerous to health. And the health sector and the health people know that. So I wonder if there is another motive for enforcing this thing and have it blanketed. You must wear your mask. And so if you're on a bus, yes. You're walking in a crowd or you're going to in a business place where there are a lot of people, okay. But when you're by yourself, you don't have to because it's not healthy. And I want people to understand that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That mask thing, I understand what you're saying, but I am not completely convinced that I am greatly poisoning myself. Is that the word I should use? Because as we've pointed out before, the masks that we wear are cloth masks, and the breeze, air could go in and out. So when I breathe out, it's not trapped and circulating right there. It goes out. At least most, if not some of it, goes out and new oxygen comes in. So I'm not completely convinced yet that I am self-poisoning. And another thing is, even though I'm walking the road by myself, vehicles are passing, the driver could sneeze. I'm just saying, better safe than sorry. But that's Blossom. Let's see, somebody on WhatsApp says... Right, the pause that I had to breathe to read, the first message on WhatsApp was, that boy is an idiot. Let's try and be nice, okay? Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I see no reason for anyone, including the NDC talker, to be blaming the government asking for more security at quarantine facilities. Those places have their private security and government can't do it all. The man failed his country. He deliberately left without permission and created that panic in the country. Him and anyone who broke quarantine should be charged and made to pay on the spot. If all you want, obey our rules. If you all do not want to obey our rules, stay where you all are. Leave us in peace. Good. Lost that caller. Somebody else on WhatsApp says, I want to give him a good beating and double the charge. He was out of order. Violence is not the answer. Good morning, caller. Good morning. Hello. I'm hearing something on the line. Let's see. Back on YouTube. Somebody else says, amen to the second caller that we have to teach the nation. Another YouTuber, according to your Prime Minister, there is an element out there that is trying to disrupt the government, so all the NNP stayed home and all the NDC played jab. Okay. Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I just want to re-emphasize or support the person who had called just a while ago, stating that you should or could take your mask off, because yes, you are breathing. Not everybody uses the same type of mask, and when you breathe, all the carbon monoxide that goes off when you breathe all don't disperse from the mask at the same time, so you will retake some of that. And yes, you made a statement, you are not agree, but all does not go. Some trap and you pull them back in. And that's my concern.
Fair enough, and I agree with you. Thank you very much, caller. Agreed with your contribution. Somebody on Facebook says It is the same exhaled air we use to resuscitate people who stop breathing. That's because exhaled air does have oxygen. Good morning, caller.
Good
morning.
I just want to clarify something.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're in a vehicle driving, you alone, should you be wearing this mask just driving you alone in your vehicle? Because police was out on the road yesterday checking and making sure that people have their masks. And sometimes you alone driving in that vehicle. Nobody with you, but you have to be putting on this mask, have this mask in your face. I don't find that is right. Yeah.
Thank you very much, caller. I have also heard those rumors. Should I call it rumors? I've also heard that conversation. I would have to be honest, I have told myself, but I just haven't had the time, that I need to double check exactly what the regulations state. Because enforcing is one thing, but going over and above is another. I understand people's query as to if I'm alone in the vehicle and if I'm driving with my husband in the vehicle, we don't need masks. We live in the same house. So I am not sure what the regulations specifically say. That I would have to brush up on, but I share your confusion with why you're charging me and it's me alone in Betsy. I gotcha. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How you do?
Fine. Now listen, this person just called it. I will read what the law says. Section 4, the Public Health COVID regulations. It said no person shall, without reasonable excuse, be in a public space without wearing a face mask, face shield, or face covering in a manner which covers his mouth, nose, and chin. So if you're in a vehicle for yourself, driving on a public road, you're supposed to be wearing your mask. If you're in a vehicle with your family, you're supposed to, once you're outside, once you're not at home, you're supposed to be wearing a mask. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. But that could be left up to my interpretation, because, I mean, my vehicle is in public space, but I'm in private space because I'm inside my vehicle. You understand what I'm saying? I get what you're saying about the law, but my argument is I'm not in public, I'm inside my private vehicle. Not any and everybody does come inside here. Just like not any and everybody coming inside my home. My home is in public space because it's in a community, but inside my home is private. So inside my vehicle private too. Okay, all right. I'm just, listen to me. Let's blossom interpretation, eh? All right. Let me go talk the things Thursday. Somebody on WhatsApp says, somebody is telling lies. In previously aired interviews with the minister, he said no one will be allowed into the airline without proper testing documents to show. So how did 25 come into Grenada without his documents and still sent to his home to self-quarantine? Come, Mr. Minister, it's time we attack the problem from the root. Protecting the people. Name is not protecting us because they're playing the fool. The tests are required from at least 7 days, so it's possible when he did take the test that it returned negative and he probably got infected on the airport to Grenada. That's a possibility. Maybe he picked it up after he did the test, or maybe he had one of those untrue tests results. Good morning, caller.
If you did not open the border, the virus would not have been here. Money is the root of evil. That's what caused it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, caller. Let me go make the wrongs again. Facebook and... no problem, Cecilia. Let me see. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, I would like to know if the National Day of Thanksgiving will fall on Sunday, will be given on Monday as is usual. I haven't heard otherwise. So it is my understanding that because October 25th falls on Sunday, that the holiday will also be recognized on Monday. I have not heard otherwise. In my mind, I won't be here on the 26th, but that's for now. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
Oh, good day. Have a great day.
You too.
No, I listen in the argument, and yes, mask, no mask. We learned in school way back when that carbon dioxide kills, it poisons our body. if the mask is too porous, that all the carbon will go, then eventually you can get the virus with the mask. But here's my problem. We're putting a lot of pressure on the various citizens throughout the world, but we're not asking the people. This is important. This came to us and it came to the rest of us from a source. We're not holding these people accountable and asking them pertinent questions. Is this virus the virus that they're telling us? What is the source of the virus? Are you going to hold the source of the virus and get rid of it? We're asking the wrong question. We're targeting the wrong people. No, it has us confused. It has us fighting each other, getting so angry. And the people who perhaps created the virus, the source of the virus, is not being asked questions. No pressure is put on them. We have to ask, where is the virus coming from? Who bring the virus here? Is it the natural virus that is saying coming from an animal or whatever source? And who is responsible? These people are responsible because they posted to us. They're supposed to take all responsibility from the United Nations right back and give us the means to be taking care of the virus, the finances, and whatever else. We're putting too much pressure on our people. The society is breaking down further. We have to look at that very critically. Have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you. You enjoy your day as well today. Somebody on YouTube says home quarantine should be removed as an option. Another YouTuber says exactly. In public, the vehicle is classified as a private vehicle, so no masks should be compulsory while driving alone or with family. Somebody on WhatsApp says, according to the minister, the people in quarantine will be tested today and the country will be waiting anxiously to know what will be the outcome, if good news or bad, but we have to brace ourselves for whatever is to come out of the testing. I think we don't have to await testing to do the right things as sanitizing, washing hands properly and wearing of masks, as we heard from the WHO and CDC. So please, Grenadians, do it for you, your families and the locals. Good morning, caller.
Morning.
Morning, how you doing?
I'm all right.
All right, go ahead.
You have a nice voice.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm calling from Carriacou.
Big up Carriacou this morning.
Yeah, big up Carriacou. What happened is, World Food Day is supposed to be on the 16th of this month. That is agriculture are talking there now. And I ain't hear nobody talk about World Food Day like a minister in a serious way. So how come they could be thinking about agriculture and nobody say nothing about World Food Day? I find that is strange. You know, I'm a farmer and I find they're not living up to their words. They're just talking things, because what I'm saying is it's a very important day for farmers, and nobody says anything about that. Actually, sir, just this week I had an official from the Ministry of Agriculture speaking about activities that will be held tomorrow, please the Lord, for World Food Day. Well, I, as a farmer, and I accustomed getting something that says that you could come and do something or something, but nothing like that ain't going on. I ain't hear nothing. Right. Well, so that's the thing then. You didn't hear, but they did announce it. And when I spoke to the gentleman, he also mentioned that they will be up on the Sister Isles sometime this week, if I'm not mistaken. I believe it was Tuesday and yesterday, to launch the dietary guidelines on the Sister Isles. So, well, how they could launch this thing and farmers didn't know about it? I, a farmer, I supposed to know what's going on? I'm not sure. Maybe you can contact the Ministry Extension Office in Carriacou and maybe get some more details. Well, you're supposed to contact them. They're supposed to contact you. You're not so. If it's an important thing like farming and they say like they're interested in it and everything like that, they're supposed to contact you and let you know what's going on. True, but sometimes we just have to take in front. Okay, I hear you. Thank you. You're welcome. All right. Sometimes you just have to take in front, call them and say, well, I ain't hearing all you're saying, nothing, what is that one? You understand? And then they might say, well, sir, sorry we didn't contact you, but we tried calling and we didn't get to you, or something like that, you know? But take in front, sir, take in front. World Food Day, there's exhibition starting 10 a.m. tomorrow at the car park of the National Stadium. The usual exhibition, of course, COVID-19 protocols
need to be adhered to. Last call, and then we're going to go to the break. Good morning, caller.
Morning, Blossom. How are you today?
I'm good. How you do?
Okay. Well, for me, everything has law and order breakdown. Like all farmers in Grenada register, and they're supposed to be sending them a memo every year, standard, bam. What on the air is for the public, but the farmers are the real backbone. They are the real agents. You send them a memo like your insurance send you a memo a month before, bam. But everything else in Grenada, law and order breakdown, no teaching. If you go into a building, from the time you walk into a building, you see a security, you don't even have to ask questions. You know you have to start to go in gears, security gears. If you know there's a line there, you start to go in a line. No, we don't obey signs. There are lots of signs. A sign is a security. It's a security that is not a man, not a live security, but it's, instead of a man telling you what to do, the sign is they're telling you what to do. So if you can't understand a dummy, sorry for you, but it's like a dummy, but you can't talk. Can't talk, right? Then concerning the mask, you know, this type of disease was there before. We had the teachers, the older folks, teach us how to cover our face. One strip of cloth, and you see how you double it with the, like how you double the bandana and tie your head or bar your nose like a mask. One strip of cloth. If you can take it, you put two. Now, the one strip of cloth is sufficient to bar whatever fumes or whatever coming from your face, from your mouth. And then that little let-out below there is for, that will help you to be able to breathe in and breathe out. Now, these masks, I'm not saying it's condemning it, but it's more style. And it's doing a lot of harm to you because I realize it, you can't wait for long, but people just have to know when to take it off and when to put it on. So, and the same thing goes in the airport. How you could have a thing with for foam for airline coming. This thing's supposed to be a standard. It's been since 6 months. They have to have somebody that's checking these things, but it's the game. Grenada is games we're playing. Do you notice that every year a lot of people want to come back to Grenada at certain times of holiday? True, some coming for holiday for friends, but a lot of people, especially Grenadians, coming back around Carnival and this. The reason why they tell you, boy, I going back home, my pressure up here, I going back home because I could do anything when I home. I drinking and drive, blowing, making noise, doing anything.
Okay.
Grenada cannot do anything country.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, let's take a quick break and then we're going to come back inside. It's Talk to Things Thursday on Classic Hot GBN. We'll be right back.
The Franklins are returning from their dream vacation, but they soon discover that their world has changed.
They want to test Papa for COVID-19. Why they don't test all them damn people that are flying on the plane with the woman they calling Patient Zero?
Heritage Theatre presents Patient Zero, a full-length play written by Chris DeRiggs, directed by Neela Etienne. Patient Zero, a story about a family and a nation under the grips of COVID-19.
Madness! Pure madness!
He got the whole world in his hands. He got the whole world in his hands.
I mean, your father has just been carried away on a stretcher, and all you can say is you're locked up and you're frustrated?
What do you want me to say? I'm locked up and frustrated.
Patient Zero at the Grenada Trade Center.
They ain't even allowing 2 dashing to come from St. Vincent. All they're talking about is curfew, curfew, curfew.
Social distancing and other safety protocols will be in place.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, Daisy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements, or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
Feel good facts.
Avoid the most common causes of spreading the flu. Cover your coughs and sneezes with a tissue, dispose of it straight away, and either wash your hands or use an alcohol-based hand sanitizer.
Welcome back to Good Morning Grenada, Talk the Things Thursday. Let's go right back to WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says, no, hold on. There was a comment on Facebook that caught my attention. Somebody on Facebook says, please can we dispel the myth and excuse that masks make you breathe dangerous exhaled air. Surgeons and their teams wear masks day in, day out throughout their careers with no ill effects. Facts do not cease to become facts just because you choose not to believe them. It has been demonstrated and measured that the oxygen level in blood does not drop when a mask is worn. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, I want to disagree with you just a little. When laws is passed, it's passed for the protection of our citizens, and the law is passed that we wear our mask in public, and if not, we could be charged. So you as an announcer, even though you have your private idea, I think you should encourage the public to wear their mask. If not, they could be charged. Okay, even though you have your private interpretation of the law, hold it to yourself. Don't publicize it, because this is what you have to do as an announcer, is just to encourage the public to wear their mask. Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Understood, and I do that. And I was not saying don't wear a mask in public. I was inquiring. Maybe you probably misinterpreted what I said. What I said was, how could inside my vehicle be deemed public space? I never said don't wear your mask. That's not the message that I delivered. So I don't know if you misinterpreted or you didn't hear all of what I said. The caller said, once you're in public space, you have to wear your masks and your vehicle is in public. So I was inquiring if inside my vehicle is private, how can that be determined public space? Thank you. WhatsApp. Somebody on WhatsApp says it's not easy for pregnant people to cover their nose all day because it's a little difficult to breathe. So being pregnant while I'm walking alone, I leave my nose out of the mask, and when I'm in a store or in a bus, I will cover my nose. Believe me, it's not easy for us that are pregnant. Good morning, caller.
Good morning. I want us to listen. I have something to say, and it's very, very important. Now, a few months back, a recent caller, stated, because he involved in the law, he stated that the public means when you inside a building, and he said that you shouldn't wear a mask on the street, Now he's coming and say that public means in your car. Okay, so public mean in my house too, because my house is to some extent the public, you know. But if you aren't in your car, what should I say? The whole of the land in Grenada is a set, and you have subsets living little land, little pieces of this, little houses, big house. So we have subset. The public means, well, let's say to some extent, you have, when you expose, when you open in an open space.
Okay.
So I don't feel, and I would contest that if the situation occur when I'm in my vehicle, because I have a vehicle, and someone charged me, how could they prove that I was in space? I'm in my little, little set, my little space in my car. So this police needs some retraining.
Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on WhatsApp says a policewoman came on the bus last week in St. Patrick and sat next to me. She had no mask on. I had my mask on. The authorities should be setting the example. Somebody else on WhatsApp says this was the start over. When they were testing at the airport, teachers were told to ensure physical distancing among students in the classroom. By October 9th, when testing had stopped at the airport, the Ministry of Education sent out a directive telling schools to stop physical distancing in the classroom. 2 days ago, we heard of case 25 and possible community spread, including school children. Yet yesterday, the ministry sent out another directive insisting that there should be no physical distance in the classroom, though it applied in all other workplaces. Is the school the vaccine, or are the children immune? All right, back to the phone lines. Good morning, caller.
Good morning to you, Ms. Blossom.
Morning.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are just playing around with this thing. Different arrangement, different things being said, and we quoting everything somebody say. The fact remains that we have to protect ourselves, and a lot of people are not protecting themselves, and we know what we're doing is wrong. Those that are not protecting themselves by all means, they know what they're doing wrong. The gentleman that left the quarantine is totally wrong and must be paid for by the law. There's no perhaps and think about that. That is wrong. We are aware that is wrong, and despite that all the twists that people are put into it, different interpretation, we know it is wrong. A lot of us at home are not obeying none of the protocol. And I agree that the mask is not an easy thing to keep on you whole day. I have problem with it, but I have to abide with law by using it. So people who making all this sort of excuse are trying to interpret things to suit themselves are aware. Right? If you know definitely if a motor car is coming down and you stand in the center of the road, the chance of you bouncing or the car bouncing you is possible. So whether somebody tell you come out in the road or not, you are aware that if you stand in the road while a vehicle is coming, you're possible to be crushed. That is understanding.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, caller. Somebody on YouTube says this guy should pay for his reckless behavior. That's the age group that's spreading the virus in Canada, and they are dying or get very sick, so it's not an old people virus anymore. Somebody else on YouTube says, I know what the guy did was wrong and may put a vast number of people in jeopardy, even could cause a lockdown of the country. I think he should be held responsible and be charged, and those with him as well. Let's wind it down. 2 more comments on the WhatsApp. The legislation says there must be another person in the vehicle. Some of the police need to properly educate themselves. And the final one that I'll read for now, maybe 2 more. The rationale put forward for not using the mask. Doctors doing surgery for hours keep their mask on for the duration and nothing happens to them. We're too rebellious and terrible. Our mouths are too close to our ears to be uttering those unfounded things. Okay, this one is the last one. Public space is an open area. Private property is in the vehicle. That will bring us to the end of Talk the Things Thursday. Thank you so much for participating. I know there are some comments on the WhatsApp that I haven't read as yet, but with open line on To the Point tomorrow, please the Lord, I'll possibly be able to share them. It's time to join the BBC for the 8 a.m. newscast. Thank you guys so much for participating. Have yourselves a blessed, productive, thankful Thursday. Continue to follow the protocols to keep yourselves, your family, friends, loved ones safe. Have yourselves a blessed one. Bye-bye.